Bluefin Depot, the bow-legged son of Inkopolis Plaza. Bluefin Depot was the Chill Season 2023 map that we didn't get to cover, but that'll be rectified in this episode of the Inkspedition. Bluefin Depot is an old coal mine that was abandoned 50 years after the Great Turf War broke out. The Octarians had occupied this area for a short time, but eventually ended up prohibiting access to it due to numerous hazards. Fast forward to today, and it has been turned into a museum that cephalopods do battle on. I don't know what it is with us and battling in museums of all places. In the spawn areas, you'll see some binoculars to your right that allow tourists to take a look at the deserted city in the distance. Well, used to be deserted city because it seems like some jellyfish are helping remodel some of the buildings. This remodeling only started as of the past couple years and was not taking place when Bluefin first became a map. There's a couple information display boards talking about the city and some landmarks near it, like the lighthouse that's being renovated, or the tour boat in the distance. If you look around the stage, you'll see encased items from this map's time as a coal mine. There's an old minecart, a canteen, a lantern, and some mining helmets. I'm sure Splatlock would blend right in here. Also on each team's left elevator, there's a jellyfish trying to desperately get out. Bye-bye, little guy. The spawn area in this new version of Bluefin Depot is much more open and traversable than in the old version. In the old version, the only way you could get up to the highest 2 levels was to walk across the incredibly narrow grates. Not only were there no obstacles to hide behind on them, but if you went to swim form in a panic, you went through the grates and straight into the drink. This new spawn area, however, allows you to utilize all your movement options, sometimes to an exhausting degree. Like, what was the point in putting a block here instead of just leaving this part of the map open? The simplest way to get from point A to point B is with a straight line, not an inked up block and a squid roll. And while we're at it, who's the nitwit that added these cover-blowing elevators that only rise when someone is on them? The paintable walls were already there. Stop making things hard on yourselves for no reason, you fools! But what do I know? These were probably added to prolong the time that it would take to get into the enemy base now that the grates are gone. This would make it so that you wouldn't be easily spawn capped after one wipe. If you're a backliner, you're going to be staying in this spawn area for most of the game. The only 2 ways into the spawn are the elevators and the wall on the far right side, so if you keep a close eye on those, then you'll be good to go. In addition to seeing any enemy ink on and around the elevators, you can actually see when they rise and fall on your map too. So every couple of seconds, make sure that you check the map to make sure no one is trying to sneak up on you from the other side. Also remember, as overpowered as backliners may feel on this map, they pale in comparison to the Eliers that could reach your team's wall in the old version. I'm warning you that you should jump away while that big bubbler's still protecting you. Oh wow, confident today, aren't we? Your name may be Shadow, but you surely aren't subtle like one. Now we're starting to take command of the battle. Looks like you all do have some bite. Let's get some triple ink strikes out there to help us out. Oh my god, did I actually throw one of these pods in the water? What the heck is wrong with me? Not now, Swiffer! We've been putting all of our cards on the left side of mid this match, but that's okay because I'll lock down the right side for us. Dave, there's no way we're gonna put those takes in the final video, right? Travis, we have done over 20 takes of each of those scenes. We're gonna be here all day if we just don't start moving this along. The boss sounds like he's 3 seconds away from crying like a baby in those clips. We can't use those. Well, those are the best ones that we've got. We have to finish this expedition before our allotted time here runs out. Can't we just book another day when the boss isn't about to curl up in a fetal position? I'd love to, but he wants to get this done today. He feels devastated about his past, and he's trying to use this expedition as a way to get his mind off of it. It's just very inconvenient that the map he's doing it on is the map where Alpha got him to poison you and manipulate me so that we couldn't tell him the truth. The whole pride factor of his personality isn't exactly doing him any favors either. Well, I hope my footage will still be enough to make this video entertaining. The good part about having both the boss and me do field work is if one ain't doing so hot, the other can make up for him. Then you just gotta hope that something don't happen to both of us. If there's one thing this map is known for, is the middle of it. Other than Camp Triggerfish, this is the only map in history where the center is split in 2 by a body of water. While on Camp Triggerfish, this creates 2 uncomfortably skinny walkways. In Bluefin, you have 2 large rectangular chunks of land where you can freely do battle. Each middle platform has 1 ramp and 1 block underneath each team's drop, as well as some brick walls to shield you from incoming fire. If you need some extra paint on the ground, the minecart tracks are just low enough for you to place a sprinkler on them. While in the old version of this map, you had to go into your or the other team's base in order to get to the other side. In the new version, you have these ramps that can help you go to the other side with ease. For long-range weapons and weapons with certain specials, you can just shoot or navigate across the water, so this doesn't affect you much. But this does affect the short-range weapons that need to quickly defend both halves of the middle without wasting too much time. This continues the map's theme of open traversability. Travis Travis went to Bluefin Depot to see just how seamless it feels to traverse around this map now. Wait for it, almost there, and bunk! Just because you hooligans can go from one side of the mill to the other doesn't mean it'll be all roses and sunshine when you do. Now with you two out of the way, I can set my sights on your charger. A good night, amigo. That just leaves the blah blah and I'll get my quad. Where is that little rascal? Are you kidding me? Now this is how you use these here ramps. Get the jump on them while you're in the blind spot and they ain't paying you no attention. Okay, are you one of them amnesiatics or something? Because I dunked on your friend in that same spot like 10 seconds ago, friend. They may have gotten rid of some of the walls that lead to your base, but sure as heck not all of them. And once people like me weasel in, it is annoying as heck trying to get us out. Today might be your lucky day though, Elu, because something's choking me up. I'll be back for you later though. Okay, has everything been alright with you too? Some of that footage was a little unsettling. Yes, I'm fine. Travis. I said, I'm fine. I think that poison Alpha injected me with still just takes the wind out of me on occasion. Whatever it is, it's strong. Stronger than I think even he knows. Well, I don't want those residual effects overworking your system. It'll be okay, really. It's like when you get sick with something and you're left with a nagging cough toward the tail end of it. I would be very shocked if something like this didn't end up doing me in. So remember, partner, I ain't gonna let some voodoo poison take me to the pearly gates. Got that? Got it. Just be careful out there. The ranked modes on Bluefin Depot are pretty unique. In Splat Zones, the map features the only moving zone in Inkopolis or the Splatland. In the old version, there would just be one stationary zone located on one of the two areas in the middle, but in the new area, that Splat Zone moves across the middle depending on who has control. I'll help us keep this here zone secure. Uh-oh, it done went to the other side. Please don't snipe me from up there. Y'all have a nice day. In tower control, despite the map being surrounded by water, you actually only travel over it once, and only for a couple of paces. That still won't stop people from falling into it, though. I should have used that ink fact earlier. How embarrassing. Well, not as embarrassing as that fall into the water. Either you want to eliminate me immediately due to my importance on the team, or you're just an unaware dunce. In Clan Blitz, you'll have to find a way to survive the barrage of bombs and bullets that befall the elevators in order to score. Go, 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 y'all. Score it in. Score it in. The base of the big bowler is tilted like a 1920s fedora, but it's still doing its job. And in Rainmaker, you can go on the perilous journey up the elevator and toward one of the checkpoints. Or you could just go to the checkpoint right here. I know which one I'll be choosing, but if you want to be like the map developers for the first part of the match and make things harder on yourselves, then be my guest. If you guys really love this checkpoint so much, then who am I to stop you from striving for it? Go ahead, keep trying. I wouldn't mind a KD confidence boost. Overall, Bluefin Depot is a fun map that has been remodeled in such a way that all the things that made it good were bulldozed out of existence. As of filming this, there are no more new maps coming to the Splatlands, but with maps like this occasionally popping up in rotations, it's far from all bad. I've been your host, and you've watched the Inkspedition. And that's Inkspedition number 9 complete. Before you know it, we'll be halfway done with the maps. Indeed. And with the Grand Festival coming to town, I would love to do an Inkspedition on the Grand Splatlands Bowl sometime. I'm sure that would bring plenty of eyes to this exquisite series. Well, maybe I could tug a couple of strings and make that happen for you. If I had known about it sooner, I would have got us some early access passes. No one could ever turn down someone like you, sir. In fact, they should be flocking to you. You're telling nothing but the truth, my cheerful cactus. Don't you agree, Travis? Yeah, you're right about that. Is everything alright, Travis? Why, everything's just fine. Just let it out. I can't let it out. Let it out quietly. It won't be good if I let it out. You have to let it out. I can't. Oh, is what I did still affecting you? No, of course not. Something's just in my... Do I look like some sort of stupid child to you? I'm logical enough to see through your duplicity and talk openly about the truth. After all, I'm the host of the Inkspedition. I'm so smart that I can find the deepest secrets of any map with just a mere photo. I'm so smart that I can work faster than 10 or even 100 mathematicians combined. I'm so smart that I was able to pull a wool over my eyes that would make me believe this mirage of a life, even when I knew something was off. Wait, you knew something was off about you from the beginning? How long did it take you to figure that out? 3 days. Oh, okay. And yet I hoped that the fragments of information I had were wrong, that my past was actually filled with bliss and wonder, but I ended up being correct, and despite being smart enough to do all those things, I'm so stupid that I couldn't find a way to get over myself and fully uncover the truth, causing me to be manipulated and my coworkers harmed. come with me, Travis. Boss, where are you? He can't be that hard to find. We're the only ones still here. The rest of the crew packed it up and went home already. This is all so humiliating. Is there a way I can just be freed from all of this? I might be able to help. What do you want? Oh, my, aren't you one trigger-happy fellow? I just saw you wallowing over here and thought I'd try to help you. You know, someone of your status really ought not to be used in such a way. You're smart enough to solve some of the most important issues plaguing the world, and at impeccable speeds, too. I'm only as useful as Alpha wants me to be. I've only really used this intellect to analyze maps and the ink battles that take place on them. Every time I veer off course or burn out, I'm roped back in to do the only thing I was created for. And that feeling must be nauseating, isn't it? Someone as astounding, as perfect as you, having your life, your very essence diluted by a malignant wretch like that. But I can set you free. Huh? How can you do that? It's quite quick and painless, actually. I have the power to reverse anything that Alpha does. With one slash of my weapon, you'll be released from all the chaos, confusion, and grief that you're feeling. Your exceptional soul will be liberated, and I give you my vow that I will defend that liberation till my last dying breath. It'll be over by the time you can save Vimo. Wait, why should I trust you to do this? I don't even know your name. It never crossed his mind to give me a name, something I think you can understand all too well. In fact, I shouldn't even exist, but I do, and the reason is because someone was bound to tell you all of this and set you free. I've already achieved one of those things. Will you allow me to achieve the other? All right. Go ahead. Thank you. Now just sit still, relax, and let your mind